Cancer, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly reading for October 12th through to the 18th. Cancer, let's see what's on the cards. Starting first with the Work Your Light Oracle from Rebecca Campbell. Well, it's flying out straight away. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So quite a direct message for some of you there to get outside if you can. You know, take a walk in nature, maybe take off your shoes, walk on the earth, walk on the stone, dirt, whatever you have where you are. If you can't do that, then we can get grounded, you know, within ourselves by listening to a meditation on YouTube, spending some quiet moments, because it's when we really ground ourselves that we can hear the wisdom from within, you know, dropping out of the mind. There's a lot of mind energy going on in the world at the moment, so it's really good to be able to disconnect from that a little bit. Let's get a yogic path card. I have got Bhakti. Beautiful. So Bhakti is devotion, Cancer, and it says that you have been walking a path of devotion, and maybe you are dedicated to something greater than yourself, you know, which is spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And maybe because of that, you know, spirit is wanting to speak through you, so it's important to get grounded so that you can hear that wisdom. So it's interesting. Some of you might be starting to do some higher purpose work as well with that message. Okay, Cancer, let's get the tarot story out before I drop them all. Starting with the energy of the recent past. Energies leaving, completing, or transitioning. What has led you to the situation that is unfolding? We just lost a candle, sorry, Cancer. The Lovers. Could be a big decision that is leading you in a very positive direction. Okay, that's turning over in my hand. Justice. Balance, you know, moving into balance. We're having that new moon in Libra on the 16th, guys. It's all about coming into balance. We have Justice with the Six of Pentacles there. What do you need to release from your life? What decision that you need to make? What could you invite into your life that would bring you greater balance, Cancer? There we go. Okay, after some really nice overarching messages there, we can see clearly that there is a karmic completion going on here. Could be in the realms of partnership for some of you. Let's clarify. The cards are literally going everywhere, Cancer. Oh my goodness. There it goes again, the Sun. That's what was at the bottom of the deck when I pulled the Lovers. And we have the Two of Swords. Yeah, new path. A new bright new path at the other side of the situation. Let's clarify Justice, the card of Libra. Yeah, Awakening. That is the card of Judgment in this particular deck. Clarifying the World. Whoa, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. These are such powerful, big, major arcanas here. Oh my gosh. Actually, yes. All major arcana apart from the second one here that came out. Amazing. And I've got another 9 at the bottom of this deck. The 9 of Cups. So 9 of Swords over here and 9 of Cups. You've got a really, really good 9, and you've got a challenging 9 here. What stands in between is a Justice, Cancer. Let me just get things sorted, and I'm just going to get a new candle on for you. I think we're going to need it for this reading. Okay, Cancer, let's jump in. Wow, such a powerful, powerful reading here. So in the recent past, energies moving up till now, I've got the Lovers, the Sun, Two of Swords, and I've got the 9 of Cups at the bottom of this deck, which I generally see as being in this part of the reading. Now, okay, the Lovers. This can be in partnership, realm of partnership. For some of you, this could be a justice situation in a romantic relationship. Doesn't have to be. Can also be with somebody that you're closely and karmically connected with. You can be karmically connected with a colleague in the workplace, you know, that you've come together. It's a powerful connection. You're learning lessons off each other. Friendship as well. But ultimately, the Lovers is actually a decision-making card. It's a huge decision, a turning point. And, you know, it's usually around a matter of the heart, okay, being the Lovers. And you really have the ability here to make a good decision for yourself that's going to invite in that number 6 energy, which is the balance that justice is going to provide. Joy, love, harmony, and healing. So we can clearly see with the Two of Swords here, Cancer, that, you know, you're at a crossroads at the moment. It's like, what do I decide? Which way do I turn? Which option do I go for? I'm weighing up an option. Could be to go or stay in a career, in a relationship. You know, there's something big here being mulled over. Some of you, it could be about relocating as well. You know, it's a really, really big, potentially a huge karmic completion and change here. That's why it's so difficult to decide. With the Two of Swords energy, we want to ensure that our emotions don't get the better of us in the decision making. Otherwise, we can kind of decide from a knee-jerk reaction or from an emotional trigger. We want to use the fact, logic, and our intuition. You know, the moon, that's what it is here. But it ultimately says that the decision that you're going to make out of this decision here, you know, Cancer, sorry, the decision, too many decision words in that sentence, is going to lead you into a far greater time, a time of far greater happiness in your life. Like the Sun is the most positive card in the tarot deck, and it says that the future is bright ahead. Yeah, you might have journeyed quite a few difficulties or challenges and obstacles in this situation, but the Sun is saying that that chapter is closing for you now, and it's just one fundamental decision, one final judgment away. The Sun is an energy of healing. It kind of shines a light into our dark corners, what needs to be healed, what needs to be revealed, what needs to be resolved. You know, it's a card of rebirth, and it says that through clearing the situation or releasing it and completing it, I do think it's completion energy here, Cancer, that you're moving one step closer to your earthly wish fulfillment, the Nine of Cups, right? So that is kind of like carrot here, saying you're moving closer, you're getting close to being really on a very strong karmic path. There could be a bit of a timeline shift here. You know, the timelines is the concept that our soul has like a best path through this life. Of course, there's free will, but of course sometimes we might overstay in a relationship or, you know, a career that's not leading us anywhere, and that can change the timeline or delay the timeline. But sometimes if we make a good karmic decision, we can get back on that path, or we can even advance the timeline a bit. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here. So is the current or focus energy here, Cancer, this week? Here it goes. Awakening, judgment, justice. So, you know, this is the wake-up call, awakening to the fact that, oh my goodness, I need to absolutely make that decision. It's a justice call. It needs to happen now. Needs to happen now. So the awakening or judgment card is really about awakening to the fact that there's a part of this situation that has held you back in some way, right? Maybe a little bit past its timeline, and you're being asked to make that final call to free or liberate yourself, to rise above, to release yourself and to get back on track. You've heard that kind of call of the divine. I really feel it's like a bit of a angel, spirits, guides, past loved ones actually trying to get your attention and get you to really bring this to karmic justice. And there's a sense here that those karmic scales need to align. You need to be brought back into a place of balance and claim your victory. You know, justice says that there's a modification, there's a change that needs to happen here. And for some of you, that's going to involve legal proceedings. It could be divorce or separation, you know, property agreements if there's a home involved. You know, it could be a sale of a home for some of you, a home that you've had many cycles in, that's going to be fundamental in moving you somewhere else where a new series of a new chain of karmic events is going to happen. It's this kind of butterfly effect shift that we're starting off. We're starting a chain reaction here with this. For others of you, it could be, you know, work contracts and seeing what your rights are and all of that in order to bring this change, in order to claim your victory, to move on. So the Judgment card says, is there a second chance here? What do you need to forgive and forget? Is it really time to bring this to justice? Well, I think it is, because you know what, guys? You know, the Judgment card is the second to last major arcana. And do you know what the last one is? The World. And we have that next up, direct follow on from this card. So it says, you know, you're in justice, and generally there's that big decision. Am I going to end this or not? Am I going to move on from this? But we already see the answer right here. We see it tipping over into the last major arcana, the World. Why? Because it is divine timing for this. It's predestined and it's unfolding as it karmically should. I mean, Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, and World, they're all big cards of karma. So is the Justice card. So as the last card in the major arcana, the World card says it's time to close the cycle and move into your next karmic chain of events, right? And it's the dancer is kind of looking like she's going with ease and flow, because she knows when it's time to do that. She's not holding on. She's going with the timeline of her soul's journey in this life. So that's what we're being encouraged to do. It says you've arrived, you've learned what you needed to in this situation. There's not really anything else to play out. So it's time to move. That's why it's a card of victory. And the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, it's the right time. It's the right time. That wheel is turning, and it wants to bring in a luck change for you. It wants to move you towards that Nine of Cups. So, you know, generally these are, you know, the big energies can be decade energies, and we're on, you know, in 2020 as well. So the decisions that you make now are going to have an impact potentially for your whole next decade. This is a luck change. It says that better times are coming, especially with the sun in the reading. It's like, it looks very, very bright ahead, but we just need to ensure that we don't slip backwards into this kind of Nine of Swords thinking, which is the temptation to overthink this and not take action, you know, to sit in the stress and the tension of anxiety of it. But, you know, the universe is saying, no, we need to bring this to completion so that we can get back into balance, number 6, right? There's a sense here of when those karmic scales of the justice energy balance here, Cancer, that you're going to be able to receive again. You know, the 6 of Cups is about a rebirth and getting back into that almost like childlike energy, returning to innocence, returning to that time in your life when everything was a bit more simple, a bit more easy, and, you know, a bit more full of love. You're going to be receiving again, and receiving growth and, you know, healing and love and harmony. So that's what I really see. When those karmic scales balance, that's generally the energy that we invite into our life. So we're staying out of the over-analytical mind and just surrendering to that wheel that wants to turn and bring you such a positive chapter here, Cancer. Oh, Cancer. 6 of 6 major arcana. What a reading for you. Very, very powerful energies. And not just, I mean, all the major arcana are powerful, but I mean, these are kind of the big guns. I mean, all that's missing here is the Tower and Death. But I feel that they are not here because, you know, you already know the decision's upon you. There's a sense that you've already accepted that this is coming for you. It's not like we need a tower to come in. You just really need a bit of support to get that decision over the line. But it's already with you. It's already sitting with you in your consciousness. So that's why I feel that we don't see those energies here. So I wish you all the best with it, Cancer. Do keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective. It won't be everyone's reading, but that's okay. Feel free to drop me a comment if you're called to share. I do read them all and try to respond to them all as well. It helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies. And I will see you back here next week for another reading.